Hi and hello, it's Kristin from Kristin and Her Books. Welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're here. And today we are going to be doing the TBR tag. Basically, I'm going to be answering some questions about my TBR just to kind of let you know how I pick my TBR, what it normally consists of, etc. And I would like to give a big thank you to Robbie from And His Nose Stuck in a Book for tagging me for this video. Robbie, you are always filling my channel with fun tags, so thank you so much for that. And without further ado, let's hop into it. All right, so the first question is, how do you keep track of your TBR pile? My TBR pile actually resides on my bookshelves. In fact, it's you can't see it. It's this one right here. I'll maybe put in a clip or a picture of it so you can see, but it's a big shelf. And anything on my TBR that does not fit on that shelf, I actually have in the closet over there. And I'll fill up the shelf as I empty it. It's a slow process though. Next question, is your TBI pile mostly print or ebooks? Mostly print books. Not that I have anything against ebooks, I really don't, but I just don't have enough of them at the time, and I have so many print books that, just mostly print books. I also am one of those who just loves the old-fashioned feel of a book. I collect books and I like to see them on my shelves and go back to them and give them kisses and just look at them and think about all the memories that we shared, and gosh, I'm weird. Next question, how do you determine which book on your TBR to read next? So normally I am a mood reader, but I have recently discovered TBR games. I'm thinking Becca's Bookopoly is one big one. And I have an idea for a TBR game that I'm probably going to start doing a video for once a month. And right now I'm gonna keep it kind of hush-hush, but just imagine in a little while, you'll get to see what that is. It involves something that I have no skill at whatsoever, which should be interesting too. I know that did not answer the question well enough at all for you guys, but you'll see, so it's fine. Next question, what is a book that has been on your TBR the longest? All right, if you watched my Animal Crossing readathon video, then you know that I answered that question, and that book is The Time Traveler's Arrive by Audrey Niffenegger. And as I said in that video, I'll say again now, there is just this true love-hate relationship with this book. I pick it up, I get bored, put it down, I get distracted, I put it down. I have picked up this book and put it down 3 separate times now. So maybe one day I'll actually read it. I don't know. I'm trying to read it for the Animal Crossing readathon. We'll just see. Even though this seems like the book I would love, but for some reason, we're just not vibing. Next question is a book that you recently added to your TBR. The one that I most recently put on my shelf was Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I heard Jessie the Reader talking about the book, and apparently it's a contemporary that has to do with like a girl who like loves fandoms. It kind of makes me think a little bit of Fangirl maybe, or there's some kind of convention or something and things happen, and I love YA contemporary, so that really just kind of hit all the likes for me. So that is my most recent book added to my TBR. The next question is a book in your TBR strictly because of its beautiful cover. And y'all, there are a lot of them that I just see the cover and I'm like, oh, swoon, you must be a beautiful book. But here's one that sticks out to me, I suppose. It is Wildwood, Colin Malloy, and the cover is completely my aesthetic with these illustrations. I believe the person who illustrated this book is actually the same person who illustrated The Mysterious Benedict Society, and I really loved those illustrations too. So yeah, Wildwood, I've actually started reading it and I didn't get into it at all. Maybe I will. I believe it's a middle grade fantasy story. It's so dense though, and I didn't connect with the first few pages, but maybe I will. The next question is a book on your TBR that you never plan on reading. Surprisingly, this does happen. Like, I'm like, oh, or someone recommends me a book and I'm like, yeah, I'll add it to my TBR. It sounds interesting. But there's that voice like in the back of my brain, like, you're not gonna read that book. This is one that has been on my TBR for a while, and I keep saying I'm going to read it someday, and I'm still not certain about this, but that is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. Don't come for me, okay? I know that so many people love this book. I'm so sorry that I don't. I've started it a few times and still, like, said that I was going to finish it, but I always get to, like, this scene in a tavern with some wine or something, and then I'm like, and I think about other books that I want to be reading, and it just kind of sadly goes back to its shelf. It's a pretty cover too. It's one of these, I don't know, it's a Quarto Publishing, like, book collector edition, something very modern looking and pretty, but the modern cover doesn't really help me get past the fact that I just don't like A Tale of Two Cities. And it is not because I don't like classics, because I love classics and have 2 classic shelves over there that are full of read books. It's just a story. Don't vibe. Sorry. Okay, next question is an unpublished book on your TBR that you're excited for. There are so many of these, so we're gonna go over to the old Goodreads and see which one I'm most excited for. I don't have a lot of ARC, so like I have no physical copy to show you. There you go. Verona Comics by Jennifer Dugan. From what I know about this book, it is a YA contemporary. It is being described as a fresh and fun, quirky YA romance about 2 people who fall in love at a comic shop, which sounds delightful, and the cover is all like retro and quirky, and I love that too. So I guess there's a trend that, yes, I do enjoy a good YA contemporary. We've seen quite a few of these on this list, although it's not the only one that I love. Love all books. I don't really discriminate. Okay. Next question, a book on your TBR that basically everyone's read but you. Wow. Out of all the ones I could have chosen, I have decided that we're going to talk about Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. I follow a lot of people who love and read middle grade because I love to read and write middle grade. And yeah, it's a middle grade fantasy. I started it and put it down. Gosh, that's a trend too. Why do I keep putting down so many books? But I still plan to read it. And Leanne from Scrap Paper Scribbler adores this book. Said it reminded her of like the magic of a good story when we were talking. So I'm gonna pick it up and I'm going to read it, and then I can just gush about it with everyone else and not feel like such a book loner. Like loner, L-O-N-E-R, not L-O-A-N-E-R. Because I don't have enough friends who read to actually loan them books. The next question is a book on your TBR that everyone recommends to you. Well, because YA fantasy is so incredibly popular, there are so many people who recommend YA fantasy books to me. But for this question, I'm just going to go with like my real life friends and what they recommend to me. Which I don't have a lot of friends who read, but the ones who do recommend Nicholas Sparks books to me all the time. And I'm not the biggest fan of adult romance, but I definitely could add some more Nicholas Sparks books in my life. One good friend of mine recommended 2 by 2. So I have that on my TBR and plan to pick it up soon, as she said about every other book. The next question is a book on your TBR that you are dying to read. I have so many books that I want to read. So this is both an easy and an incredibly difficult question. So this is one that I have ordered, but I don't have the physical copy of yet. I'm waiting for Amazon. And that is Hollow City, the second book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And if you saw my Animal Crossing readathon vlog, then you will know that that book absolutely blew my mind. Yes, this mind, it's not there anymore. It's been exploded. But it was just such an atmospheric story that I instantly related to so much. And I can't wait to see what happens with the Peculiars next. And that leads us to the last question, which is how many books are on your Goodreads TBR shelf? And oh my gosh, do I even want to look at this number? Let's see, 159. To be honest, my TBR shelf in Goodreads is outdated, but still, 159 is a ton. So anyways, I hope that answering some of these questions have given you a little bit more of an idea of who I am as a reader and how I pick the books that I'm going to be reading. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I'm going to be starting my TBR game soon, and there are so many other exciting things going on my channel. My cover changes through the ages. I've got some readathon vlogs coming out soon, all of that. So I definitely want you to be subscribed so you don't miss any of those. If you liked this video, hit the like button. And in the comments below, let me know how you decide what you're going to pick for your TBR. I would love to chat with you about any of that. All right, that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.